Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend, the Dreamfinder, here to set off on another grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom.
The Disneyland Limited, now leaving for a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. All passengers board.
Star Tours announces the boarding of the Endor Express. All passengers, please prepare for immediate boarding.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the door.
Please keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the train and remain seated at all times. Now then, hang on to them hats and glasses, because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
I am Sam, the American Eagle, and I am proud to introduce the Grand Circle Tour podcast, a celebration of Disney parks, but mostly the American ones. I really like these guys.
I can always do that George thing and make the noise.
That was the funniest thing. I listened to the episode yesterday. I was dying laughing. Oh, it's too funny. All right, ready? Hello, Grand Circle Tour passengers, and welcome to another awesome episode. My name is Dan Hansen, and I will be your conductor today as we take you around a Grand Circle Tour around all things Disney, and especially D23. Today, I have my two favorite co-hosts, Mindy. Mindy, how you feeling?
Hi, I'm here and awake, but maybe half asleep. I don't know, somewhere in between. But ready to talk about D23 and have some fun.
Mindy, you're a trooper. We know you're not feeling well today, so thanks for coming on. And I think we're going to have a great talk, so thank you for being here. Jay, what's going on with you?
Aloha. I am great. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I spent a couple hours today watching the live stream of D23, and that's what today's episode is going to be about. Let's get right into it. We'll skip our waltz up today because I think we have a lot to talk about. But let's start with, did you guys watch it on the live stream or what happened?
I watched it in and out. I watched as much as I could on the Sunday while I was doing stuff around the house.
Yeah. I started watching it and I fell asleep. So passengers, I suffer from chronic migraine, so I took some new medication last night and I've literally almost been asleep for 24 hours now. So I wake up sporadically, so you're gonna have to bear with me, but I did turn it on and I heard the first part, and in between there, our other co-host who's not joining us tonight, he's probably asleep, but George told us all about it, and we were so excited about this news, and I was able to get updates in between this, but I did start watching it. I just fell asleep. So
all right.
No, Mindy, George isn't probably asleep. George is asleep. Passengers, he was like a toddler nodding off in the back of the car when we were talking to him.
So passengers, just to let everyone know, we are recording this on Sunday around 8:30 Eastern Time, and today was also the day of the Disney Parks panel, which was about 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, so only a couple hours ago. And we had George and Stan both at D23. Stan was not in the panel, but George was actually in the panel. So we wanted him to come on, but he, like Mindy said, he's probably exhausted right now, but I'm sure he will have his opinions.
And
Stan
George
will have
is a trooper. The man waited in line all night long in the queue line just for us. I'm just kidding. No. That was the one panel that we were going to go to because we were supposed to be there. Things happened medically that we couldn't go, so I'm really sad. But today that was the only panel we were going to, which was the Park Resorts, and I was really looking forward to it, and I got some really good news from it. And I'm just really excited to be able to share that with all of our listeners.
Yeah, definitely.
Real quick, everyone boo Stan when you're listening to this. Boo Stan, because as we're recording, he's running around DCA having a great time.
Boo. We're just joking, Stan. We're glad you guys are having fun out on the West Coast. Without us, but whatever.
It's okay. It'll be our turn soon on the East Coast.
Yep.
So I was able to catch the whole live stream today. It was great because there were a lot of rumors going on that Disney was going to put the cell phones in a sealed bag this year, but that did not happen. So I was very pleasantly surprised to be able to watch it live. So we have a lot of good stuff. I wrote some notes. We didn't really talk about how we're going to do this episode. What do you guys think? I'll just go down the list. We could just talk about it one by one. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So it started off with little preview of Galaxy's Edge and more importantly, the Rise of the Resistance attraction. They gave you a little bit more that we've seen before. And did you guys see that?
No.
So I will say the coolest thing that I saw about it, and I don't know how they're going to do this, but there's apparently a part where I guess you're in a waiting queue or something, and Kylo's lightsaber comes through the ceiling. And that's kind of how
Oh, yeah. I did see that, yeah.
I also heard that it's going to be a 25-minute attraction, which is pretty amazing.
That's right. It's like 4 different attractions in one to make one ride.
Yeah. So very cool. They didn't spend too much time on it, but I think they just wanted to get that, that part out of the way. After that, they went over to, I could be mixing some of this up, but I think they went over to Disneyland and they talked about the new parade. Magic Happens. What do you guys think about that?
I think it looks amazing. I did see about the parade. The floats, I'm excited for them. But it's a Disney parade. It's what happens with the Disney parades is they hype them all up, and then they're there for 2 months, and then they take them away. That's the biggest problem. Like, you don't even really get to see it, and then the next thing you know, it's gone, and then it's the next big parade. So the parades are one thing. I think it looks great, and that there's going to be a Moana float, which is fine and dandy.
Mm-hmm.
Moana doesn't get her love enough, and now that she is. But with that said, it's just going to be another parade.
Yep. I kind of feel the same way. But to be honest with you, Mindy, you would know more than I would. What's the current parade there now? Is it anything spectacular? Or?
At Disneyland?
Yeah.
Well, they brought back the electrical parade. And
that's
September 30th, I know, right? And it's it's funny about that. That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And as our passengers probably agree, they're all shaking their heads going, yes, yes, yes. We all know where this is going. The parades, oh my gosh, it's the last time you're going to see the parade. Come down and see it. Hurry, it's the last time. We're going to sell the light bulbs from the parade. Right?
Wait, can I get to 23-year-old frustration here? Because the first time I ever worked at Disneyland was the summer the electric parade closed, and the emotional scars still haven't healed because guests were so mean to us. It was apparently our individual faults, and that was the summer someone screamed their spit at me, and I've just never been the same since. I walk out of Disneyland going, I hate people.
Well, and that was
just for them to bring it back again and again.
Yeah, and they left, and they're like, oh, boo-hoo, it's going away. You're never going to see it again. And then the next thing you know, we're bringing it out of the vault. And they made that really cool commercial, like going through and like you could freeze frame and see all these little hidden Easter eggs in that commercial. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
But they go through this big warehouse, and these 2 people are walking through, and they unlock the lights to this magical, amazing parade. And
I'm going to have to bleep this words out, passengers, so sorry, use your imaginations. But, guys, the electrical parade is Disneyland's.
Oh, no!
What? Okay, now I get it.
Well, in ways, yes, because they used it to make more money. They used it to a lot of different ways, and plugging
anytime they need to entertain a lot of people, they just ring it up. Hey, come out of retirement.
Right. And then here we go again. And I truly believe they pulled that out of the magic hat because nobody was showing up. And they're thinking, oh, well, if we bring back the electrical parade, our locals will come back because it's their parade, that's their heart. So they bring it back for, 7 weeks, 8 weeks?
But Mindy, doesn't that, okay, so you and I are both locals, even though I'm away from home for a while. Isn't that feel like an insult, though, just to bring out this old parade, dust it off, put a fresh battery in, and kick it in front of us for a few weeks?
Exactly.
And we're supposed to be excited about it.
That's why, I like dance. Are you excited about this parade? Well, sure.
No.
It's a great new parade, but it's going to be around for 5-6 weeks, and then they're going to take it away and bring back the electrical parade.
I'll be excited when they do what they said they were going to do back in '96 and put it in the Smithsonian.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense.
They would just take it out of the Smithsonian in a couple of years, that's all.
Probably. They probably have the keys to the Smithsonian anytime they need it. Just
put it in, take it back out, right? And
that's why I called it what I called it.
Oh, God.
It's the family show.
Take that out.
Dude, there's been a few beeps by now, so
Yeah, right.
they can passengers use your imaginations.
Holy mackerel. All right, let's get back to the panel. How about?
This is where our conversations go.
So from there, they went over to Shanghai, and they talked a little bit about Zootopia Land, or whatever that's going to be called. I think we all kind of knew about that was going to happen, but it was still cool to hear the official word on it. I heard somewhere on another podcast that Zootopia was made the most amount of money in Shanghai other than any other Disney movie, which I found pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. So it makes sense, and I think it'll do well.
$10 says they're going to fast track it to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll definitely do. Is they'll probably use this as a test run, right? After that, they took us to, this could be out of order, like I said before, but they went to talk about the Marvel campus that was announced on Friday. That's going to be like the Avengerland, I called it.
Avengers Campus. Okay, when you watch a presentation like did you think to yourself at some point, whoever they're paying to name things now needs to be fired?
There's a lot of names that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But Avengers Campus, I know. But I was pretty excited to hear about some of the attractions that's coming to Disneyland. And one being the Spider-Man attraction, which I think they called... I can't remember. It was 3 words, and the acronym is going to be WEB. W-E-B. So you'll have a Spider-Man ride. And then I think this is pretty awesome as a Marvel fan. They're going to have a Quinjet ride where you're going to board the Quinjet and travel to Wakanda. And I think battle Thanos on the way. So.
Right, and they said that is going to be all new ride technology that's never been used before.
So, seen this, if you listen to the Diz, this was leaked because of the patent that was put on it and how the attraction's going to work. This was a while when the patent first came out, especially for the Spider-Man attraction. It's really interesting of how this attraction's supposed to work, and you'll have to look it up, folks, and really see what it does. But again, you're right, it's all new technology, and it's going to be groundbreaking. And then the Wakanda attraction, buckle up, guys, because it really is jaw-dropping to see Disney pull these things out. And then it's like, okay, Universal and Disney ping pong back and forth of who can beat each other with the, plussing it of what these attractions do. But I'm sure it's going to be amazing, and everybody's going to line up for it, and it's going to be the new hip hop thing. And
did you guys notice in the concept artwork, the Hyperion Theater is just a plain white building now with Stark on one side?
Ooh.
No, I did not see that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was looking at all the concept art today, like it was this Bruder film.
Okay, so do you think they're going to let's look forward to the future? Do you foresee it getting rid of Frozen and becoming a Marvel's or
Hollywood Land its days are numbered. That's all going to be part of Avengers Campus, which I think we're all always just going to call Marvel Land.
Right.
No
But
matter
so,
what.
and this theater, do you think they're going to turn it into like a Broadway style Spider-Man show?
Oh, they could bring Spider-Man, Turn Out the Dark.
Can't do that. But they could do something like they have in
Yeah.
the Guardians, like where they do all the music.
I want an X-Men musical now so badly.
X-Men musical. Well, with all the talk about Spider-Man leaving the MCU, I was pretty excited. At least they kept the ride there. So very excited about that. So then the next announcement, we went over to Disney Springs, the world's greatest theme park. And we talked about the new Cirque du Soleil show that they're going to be having in the old building. They used to have the old Cirque du Soleil show. Are you guys Cirque fans at all?
Yes.
Yes. And I am sad that I didn't get to see it, but I understand.
So you didn't see the old one? Is that what you said, Mindy?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was one of my favorite Cirques. Did you see it, Jay?
I saw it was when it was originally out because that's the original show, Lanuba. But I'm not really excited about the direction they're going because if passengers, I cannot recommend Mystere down out in Vegas enough. It is such an amazing show, and I'd rather see them do something like that, unique and original, rather than do another Disney's greatest hits.
Yeah, but Jay, I hear what you're saying. It was like my initial thought, but as I thought about it the last couple hours, I think this is kind of original. Like going within. You've never seen it. I'm assuming they're going to incorporate characters in some way.
Right. Well, if they're going to do it, please don't just make it all the current stuff. Don't make it just Frozen and just Tangled and whatever's currently selling on the Disney Channel. You go into the back catalog and use some more. Find some really interesting, cool stuff to use. Don't just make.
Well, here's what I think they need to do, because I think all great Cirque shows have a story behind it, and if it's just like what's that attraction with Donald Duck in Fantasyland, where they just do the songs over and over again, there's not really a theme to it. If they just do the songs over and over, then I agree, it's probably not going to be that good. Listen, the performers are going to be awesome.
Real quick, Mindy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Just falling asleep, but I'm good.
If you fall asleep, we'll let you sleep.
You sleep. If you snore, we'll make it part of the show.
All
right.
No, that attraction, I see what you're saying with it, but I don't foresee it. I don't know. I'm not too keen on the whole Marvel thing. I'm not. I know they have to build it in because it's Disney and they're going to work the heck out of everything and whatnot, but I just don't.
Jay, you're gonna have to do editing on this one. Edit it around.
I don't think I will. Mindy, you're so tired. You don't have to go on if you don't want to.
No, I do. I'm good.
Okay. Just give us the sign if you want to quit.
Yeah.
No, you'll just see me go like this. That's you won't get a quick sign. You're just gonna get a peace out. You'll know.
All right. So from there, that they actually went somewhere where I was not expecting this, and they brought out the CEO of Target and announced that they're going to be having some Disney stores inside Target now.
How did I miss that?
You missed that, Mindy? Yeah. So they're going that they had a partnership with Target. And they're going to make little in-house stores in all the Targets. There's going to be a Disney store. I think that's pretty freaking awesome.
Oh my gosh. Target, take my money.
I know, right? Target will now take all of my money.
Dude, this make Hulk sad because I've seen so many Disney stores close.
I know.
It's just a bummer because
I know.
That's what
so
doing.
I just think that owning that retail end of a business is very tough. I used to work for the Warner Brothers store when they had the retail. I was a manager. That was my first job out of college. And that went out of business very quickly, you know. And I just know that they had Time Warner behind them, and they still couldn't keep it afloat. So it's very difficult. So I think putting it in hands of Target is probably a good idea.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an awesome idea. I love that because right now Target.
Hold on.
A lot of editing.
Hey, George, say hi to everybody.
George!
Hello.
How you doing?
Was that
Doing good.
You're on the show, by the way. I put you.
We're recording, George. You're on the show.
Yeah, say hi to Mindy and Dan.
Oh, hey Mindy, hey Dan. I didn't know you guys were recording. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. You know, it's just it's normal time on a Sunday night. Why would we be recording?
We just do this every
that's
week.
right. Am I actually on recording?
Yep. Everyone
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Passengers, forgive me. I'm still in California, so I'm still even trying to adjust it. It's a 3-hour time difference than what I'm usually recording. So it's almost 6 o'clock here. So I'm wondering, they said they were going to start recording.
I told everyone you were like a sleepy toddler earlier. We put you to bed.
Yeah. You had to tuck me in.
Yeah. 3 hours is different.
Well, you did, because you had to tell me to go to sleep, because I wasn't going to. I was being stubborn.
Dude, you were like a little kid on Christmas Eve. I finally had to say, go to bed.
Yes. It was a long day, passengers, let me tell you. It was, I mean, the expo was amazing, but I tell you what, 3 days is plenty.
And how many more play days do you have in California?
I leave on the 30th.
That is
I
incredible.
have 26, 27, 28, and the 29th. So I have 4 days to still chill out at Disneyland.
So then you leave on the 30th, and then exactly 1 month later on the 30th, you fly into Orlando.
Yeah, isn't that ironic? Literally 4 weeks to the day that I leave Disneyland, but 4 weeks later I arrive at Walt Disney World.
I wish I lived the life George was.
Oh, don't worry, Dan. I mean, you got to dream high.
Dream big.
So do you have some clean socks?
I do, yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Actually, the socks that I'm wearing right now are my my Mickey socks, my gray Mickey socks. You know, I had to mention to the fact of what happened with those socks. Now, every single time, because you had to see that picture, that when my socks got dirty in the rainwater, now you're constantly going to think that I have constant dirty socks everywhere I go.
Dude, I just assume you're like Pigpen from the Peanuts. You walk around with a little cloud around you.
No, I am not like that. It's what happens when you wear socks with bronze sandals and then you step in a big puddle of rainwater and you're walking around in them all day. And then when you get back to the hotel and you take them off, that was the end product.
George, you're the reason I made sure our villa has a washer and dryer.
Well, I don't want to hold up the recording.
Danny.
George, we got to talk when you get back.
Most definitely.
All right.
Say goodnight, George.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, George.
Night. See, 3 hours of time zone change is hell. Welcome to my world.
Dude, this is why I love having ADHD, because I can go anywhere in the world and not get jet lag. It doesn't matter where I go, I'm there.
I love that George
I think
didn't
I'm
realize.
still Nashville time. Like, it's the 3 hours difference, but like, it was rough. They're like, oh, let's stay out till 5 in the morning. Okay, well, that's super early for me. And then get up at 7 a.m. That's like 3 hours of sleep. So
That was like every night in college.
Yeah, right.
I know.
All right.
not 20. But anyway, so that's
Anyway.
really cool. That's exciting news. Target, I love it. Can't wait. Because like right now, when you go to Target, they'd have these little collabs with Disney and these little sections you could go pick up. Like we all looked forward to it, especially with the extender stuff. When that first came out, everybody ran and got that little Disney set of, there was like nail polish and just little makeup stuff from Disney, and it was a collab with Target. And then another one came out with clothes, and everybody was gawking over that. So I was wondering if they were doing it to test something, because it turns out to be accurate that they are going to collab something that big with Disney and have a little Disney section in the stores. I think that's going to be, there goes my money.
Yeah.
Did they say if the employees are going to be Disney cast members or Target employees?
They did not say. They did not say. But they did have the CEO of Target there.
Just with all the there's a lot of Disney stores closing right now across the country. So I would like to see those cast members, you know.
I think it's just going to be a little section inside Target. I don't foresee it to be like a sectioned off part where like it's a Starbucks, you know.
Because they're Target, they're Starbucks employees, they're Starbucks employees.
Yep,
right.
That's true.
But I don't foresee them building a teeny tiny little, I just think it's going to be a section, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I just want to see those cast members keep their jobs.
Yeah. I agree. So what happened next, Dan?
All right. So then we went back to Epcot, and they talked a lot about the new structure of Epcot. If you haven't heard yet, it's going to be 4 neighborhoods. It's going to be, I don't know if I'm going to remember them all, but the Nature Neighborhood, I don't know, something like that. It's going to be World Showcase, Nature, and 2 others.
World Celebration, World of Nature, and then there's, oh man, I thought I was going to be all cool and have them all in my head. There you go.
I couldn't write that many notes, so I forget exactly what they said. But basically, they're splitting the front of the park into three sections, long ways, and they are going to do a new Spaceship Earth. They're going to do a whole overhaul of Spaceship Earth. They did say they're going to keep some of the scenes. They're going to use new technology for newer scenes, so that's pretty cool.
I'm excited for the 3-tier building that they're building with the rooftop garden. That looks incredible.
So I think they're going to call that Lookout Point. I think they said.
Yeah. To me, it looks like there was a big like water feature on top of it, and I could be wrong. Looks like a big pond. I don't see how that's possible, but hey, Disney. So.
Did you see the new Walt statue? I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool the way he's sitting like that.
That is going to be such a photograph spot if you could sit next to Walt.
I think it's going to be, it's needed. Epcot
That'll be
needed.
an attraction in itself.
I think the fans were screaming for an overhaul with Epcot, and it's really turning it into a brand new park people want, and it's exciting to see him do it.
You know what impressed me, though, is I was really skeptical when they said they were going to bring it back to the original spirit of Epcot. I thought, oh, that's just a buzzword. You're not going to do that. And no, they really did.
Yeah. With the old logo, and it got that old-time feel. It's really exciting.
But it kind of feels like the spirit of Epcot lives on.
Yeah.
All right, so they talked a little bit about some like minor little like fun things. I wouldn't call them attractions, but they had that. Jay, did you hear the Edna Mode thing that they talked about?
No, I missed that.
I didn't really catch the whole thing, but apparently you're going to be able to like design some dresses or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I'm all over that.
You and me, Jay, let's go.
It's going to be the 60s. It'll be the 60s forever if you let me design clothes.
I'm not sure exactly what they said, but I know Edna's going to be involved. So I thought that was really cool. A fan favorite character.
You design the dress, and I bet you get to go pick it up later, and it's that cool piece of clothing.
Yeah, and spend $400 on it.
That I might do, because that would be amazing.
If you let me design everyone's clothes, we'll come back. It'll look like an Austin Powers film.
There's going to be a new. This was really talked about quickly, but I guess it's gonna be some kind of splash park. It's going to be Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they're going to be throwing water balloons at you. That was a pretty neat idea for the kids.
Dude, I'm all in on that.
Yeah, no, right? It kind of like went under the radar a little bit, and I'm like, wait, let's talk about that a little bit more. So that was cool. Then they went into the World Showcase, and this is kind of like, this was my favorite part of the panel when they talked a lot about the World Showcase, because that is my favorite thing to do in all of the parks. But they started with Canada. We're going to get a new Circle Vision movie. So
excited about that. I love Canada's Circle Vision 3D.
Yeah.
And they're keeping Martin short. That's the best part.
Are they? They said that? Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to have time for an update for that. So there's going to be a new Beauty and the Beast sing-along, which I believe is going to be in the France movie area, and I think it's going to be a double feature. Is that what they said? Do you guys remember?
Yeah, it's going to play that, and Impressions to France are going to switch places throughout the day.
Right.
And it's going to be based on the live action Beauty and the Beast.
How fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They're also opening a new French restaurant in France. So that'll be what, 3 sit down, right? Chef de France.
And like I said a few episodes ago, once they put the crepe restaurant in Paris, in France, that'll probably replace Morocco if not more.
Yeah, well, they said that this restaurant is going to double as a quick service in the day and then a sit down in the afternoon. So.
Oh, cool! Kind of like the Beast one. What?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, that one. So that was pretty cool. I'm always up for a good restaurant, and it's going to be run by the people that run Chefs de France, which I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's one of my favorite restaurants in all of Disney. And then we got to a big one. Mindy, you want to announce this one?
Okay, so it's my girl, but they are doing a Cherry Tree Lane with Mary Poppins. I am so excited for this. I am so excited. Mary Poppins and I go way back. I've always loved Mary Poppins, and we have a Mary Poppins entire costume, and that is on my to-do list. I'm gonna do the because I've lost 86 pounds. It's kind of been in the back of my burner to be able to wear it, but make the Jolly Holiday dress. So now I have to, so I can wear it to Epcot at some point and take pictures. I don't know if I could get in the gate with it, but it would be cool to be able to do that in Cherry Tree Lane.
We could make it work. We'll all wear a single piece,
and then put it on and take it off.
Yeah, then we'll throw it on you, and then we'll just throw it in a bag. But I'll wear the hat, Dan will wear the coat.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Even just her costume that I have, just the with her umbrella and her jacket and her little hat with the flower. I think it's so cute. I love Mary Poppins. She's beautiful. I love the remake. Love the new classic. Will always be favorites, but
so they didn't give us many details about what type of attraction it's going to be, but it is going to be in the UK Pavilion. And we were talking before the show, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's some sort of dark ride type ride.
I foresee it being like the New York skyline attraction where they go up in the soot and have the the chimney tree dancers up there. But who knows? There's a lot of things this could take. Even going back and speculating that it's maybe not a carousel, but you ride a horse and you're going down the track and racing, so you're on the trackless horse. Who knows?
Oh, that would be cool. That's a great idea.
There's so many things this attraction could be, but it's Mary Poppins, so I will take it. And I'm hoping done in time so Julie Andrews could open it. How amazing would that be?
Well, Dick Van Dyke did announce it, so that was pretty cool that he came out and did that. That was really cool.
Mindy, if Julie Andrews opens it, we'll be there opening day.
We have to. She's my girl.
Very cool.
Yep.
Then they went into some of the Epcot shows, and I was a little confused about the first show. At first, I thought this was the new fireworks show, but apparently it's not. It's going to be called Epcot Forever, and apparently it's going to have music from all the past Epcot attractions, which I thought was a cool little thing for us, the Disney geeks, just to hear the music at least. We may not have the attractions, but we hear the music. That'd be pretty cool. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard about it or.
They need to sell that soundtrack on iTunes, Dan, because I have the only Epcot music that I legally have is the vinyl record from '83. So.
Yes, legally have, right? Me too, Jack.
Oh wait, did I say that?
And then they announced the nighttime show, the new nighttime show. The name of it is going to be called Harmonious. What do you guys think about that name?
Again, what's up with the bad names this year? But I'm excited for the show.
The one thing I'll say is when they showed the name Harmonious, the US at the end, like us, was in like a different color. So I'm not sure.
It looks like a really fun show. I'm all in for that one.
Yeah. I thought it was, it's going to be good. And then they switched gears to talk a little bit about new technology with the Disney Genie, which will be part of the Disney app. And, I don't know if you guys even heard about this yet, but.
Oh, no, yeah. I heard about this. And let me tell you, on behalf of me and George, we're both travel agents with Pixie Dust and Dreams Travel and Events. You can find us on Facebook. I am not happy about this because please don't do my job for me. My services are free. Hit me up. I am happy to do this for you. Don't use this app. This app is bad. It will wreck your phone. This app is spying on you. Don't use it. Call me.
So here's what I think about it. I think that, all right, I'm an Uber planner. I love to plan. For me, I don't need this app. But there are a lot of people who do not like to go to Disney because it's turned into something that you have to plan a lot for. It's something you got to be very regimented about. And I think that Disney recognizes that, and that's why they're putting all this money into this type of technology. Because what it's basically going to do, is what they said, is that it's going to, you're going to put in some information about your likes, and it'll spit out what you should do. What attractions you should do.
Or you could call me or George to get the personalized service you're looking for.
Right. I would definitely recommend that.
Because we're not machines. We'll actually listen to you. And unlike a cold, unfeeling machine, we want you to have a good experience, so we'll work on your behalf.
Yes. It's much more personable, and I feel like
don't use this app. This app is bad. No. You just call me or George or anybody else at the Pixie Dust and Dreams Travel and Events team. We are more than happy to help you.
They're trying just to, cut down on cast members. I get it's all saving money, and they want you to do this and make it easier for you to plan money and spend your money. So it is what it is.
It's caca. Don't use it. Call me or George.
There you go.
So then after that, they went towards the Star Wars Hotel, which I found really interesting. It's going to be called the Galactic Star Cruiser. And I was talking to one of my buddies. I was texting him a couple hours ago, and he was asking me about it. And I said to him, it sounds like it's like a hotel / attraction. Because the way they were.
What I said.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what it is. It's an attraction that you get to go on. It's almost like you're paying an exorbitant amount of money to sleep in the Dream Suite.
Yeah, right.
You're paying for an experience for 2 nights is what you're doing.
Yep.
And
it's a paid attraction. Like you could sleep in Pirates of the Caribbean without them turning the lights on.
Without them picking you out. So here's the thing. We talked about this earlier, and I'm going to rant about this because I think it's horse cockeye, patooey, whatever you want to call it. Not being that it affects me because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but my husband is, and what it does is the price, okay? So the price is rumored. First, it was rumored that it's going to be $25,000 for a family of 4. Then it's rumored to be $1,000 per night per person, or it's somewhere around $7,000 per person. Who knows? So it's going to be an exorbitant amount of money, because one night at the Grand Floridian is around $800 a night for a family. You can put as many people in there. This, I foresee it going to be per person. So it is going to be very, very expensive. But what that does is it eliminates the huge majority of Disney fans, not only Star Wars fans, that are even going to be able to go to this. So the people are going to be right, and it's going to shoot Disney in its foot, because what happens is the elite of the elite are now only going to be able to experience this, unless you're willing to save $7,000 on top of your already expensive Disney vacation. So I foresee this as, so there's only so many people in this world that A, can afford it, and B, like Disney or Star Wars enough to go stay here. These people are going to run out. Once they stop booking this, who's going to book this hotel/attraction? What happens then?
You know what I see? I see this being the thing people point to and going, see, Disney is too expensive.
Yep.
Unless you call me or George, because we would really love to help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, Mindy. I don't think, I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I don't think I'll ever go there just because of the price. The only thing I'll say is, or add to it, is that they're keeping it very small. There's only like, I don't know the number, but when you hear the number of hotel rooms available,
I heard there was 60 hotel rooms. There was nothing.
Yeah, 60. So they're doing a supply and demand type thing, you know. Just
I can see this hotel being doable. I really can. Like if I wanted to take the nephew and hopefully the niece in the future, take the kids and do this, it's something you'd have to like plan. And I can see this one being doable, but do I want to do it? Am I a big enough Star Wars fan that I'm going to pay the money to immerse myself in this one experience?
Right.
When that money could be spread across the resort. I mean, this is an attraction in itself that